And welcome back. Okay, so if you spend time on a farm, chances are you're going to have some stories to walk away with. We've got Diana Fisher here with us, the author of The Accidental Farmwife. Diana, how you doing?
Great.
Awesome
Nice
to have
see
you
ya.
here. Now tell us, I mean, that's sort of here you are feeding a ba. That's a sheep, right?
And you didn't choose the sheep.
I didn't I? I went
Oh,
ba.
maybe you did. Yes,
Yeah,
you,
okay.
yes, you did.
So, so we're going back to about how long have you been living on a farm, for starters?
Since 2007.
Okay. And through the years, you've collected many different stories about animals, and we'll even get into some of the personalities, but you've been writing columns concerning your life on the farm. Tell us about that.
Yeah, in 2006, I started working with the Manotick Messenger, and Jeff Morris let me start a column in 2007 when I got married, and I realized that the animals really have personalities. And
So the column was based on your experiences living on a farm.
yeah. Well, I married a farmer. He was a
Okay.
university professor, but once I moved in, I sort of realized, okay, yeah, I'm a farmer's wife.
So are you saying that you didn't have experience on a farm before you moved? So what was the transition like at that point? Were you a city dweller?
Yes.
Were you?
Well, I was all over the place. I grew up in the country and down the road from a horse farm, so I sort of thought I knew, you know, what happens on a farm. I knew some kids that were in the 4-H, but I sort of thought that was a dance club because they could all do the two-step really well.
Okay. So clearly, when you say sort
Nothing, knew nothing.
you knew nothing.
Nothing.
Now, did your husband put you to work right away? Did you have to get up at 4 in the morning? And
Well, it's not so bad on a sheep farm because really the busiest season is lambing season.
Okay.
So that you know, month or so is pretty
When is lambing
stressful.
season?
Well, it depends on when you let the ram out.
Wow.
And 148 days from that is lambing season.
Okay.
Tell us about the column. Tell us about the column. What were you trying to achieve with the column?
Well, I always was telling stories to my friends and family about what was happening on the farm, and then I realized we had a column there, so I started writing a column, and it got quite a bit of following. And
Yes.
people would email me and call me and write ask
Right,
questions
right.
about what's happening on the farm, and there's always something to write. You just
And
go out
then
to the
that
barn and see what's
evolved
happening.
into a book.
This is comes from the last 8 years. There's about 100 columns in there.
Wow.
Okay.
Some of my favorites.
But you're still writing columns.
Yes.
Okay. So where can people find your columns at this point?
So I'm in the Metroland newspapers, right across Ottawa. So those,
all of them.
Well, West Carleton, Greeley, Ottawa South, Kemptville, just quite a
Okay.
few.
Okay.
Okay. What happens when the ram is let out, Diane?
They dance.
Oh,
To Michael Bolton.
Yes.
they should. That's I have a joke. It's not appropriate. So, but this book. I mean, you've been doing a bit of a tour. Obviously, you've been. Now, how long has it been in publication? How long has it been out?
Well, they arrived on my doorstep Christmas Eve. It was a
Okay.
nice big surprise. Burnstown Publishing did an awesome job getting it all done early. I was expecting it in the spring. And that's when it'll probably be in bookstores, is in the spring, once we get past all the Christmas overlap. And it's available now through my website and through Burnstown Publishing.
Now you were saying that animals, you recognize that animals have personalities.
Of course.
Explain.
Well,
I
we
mean,
have-
I'm a dog owner, so
Well-
I know all about the personality thing. I assume that's what you're referring to.
Of course. And you probably talk for your dog because he can't talk for himself.
Right.
So that's
Yes.
kind of what I do.
Okay.
Kind of grew up talking for the dog, talking for the cat. So now I talk for the sheep, the donkey, the cows.
What do you mean talking for?
Well, you know, the biggest character probably on our farm was the donkey. He now lives
Okay.
down the road because we don't have the sheep anymore. We have
Yeah.
cows. But, you know, you sort of see what's happening and you talk for them. You know, the donkey is stressed out today, so he's bored. He's grabbing the sheep by the foot and dragging them. Just, you know, something, a play toy. We have to go out and stop that.
But you do notice a dynamic between the animals.
Yeah.
How
For
many
sure.
animals do you have on the farm?
Well, we had about 200 sheep
Wow.
at one time, the busiest season. And taking care of the sheep is really hard on your back. So, because you're always getting them out of
Okay.
trouble or shearing them, or, you know, you're always bending over. So it's really hard on your back. So we eventually, and it was breaking my heart.
Yeah.
They die a lot.
Really?
Yeah, my husband says God tries every disease out on sheep first.
Really?
Really?
So, yeah.
I didn't know
Yeah,
that.
well, it's
So
stressful.
what's the average lifespan then of a sheep?
Well, we keep them until they're about 9 months old, and then we send them to market. So,
Oh, okay.
All right.
But
now,
that's emotional, right? You get attached to them,
Yeah,
especially if you're bottle
absolutely.
feeding them.
Yes, yes, yeah.
so then what animals do you think have the funniest personalities?
Oh, they all do.
Yeah?
Yeah.
They're just all unique in their own way.
Yeah. Right now we have cattle, so we're getting to know them a little bit better. And we have a very tame bull, which you can't turn your back on him. You have to respect that he's a bull. But he'll eat apples out of my hand. He's very gentle.
Yeah.
So no regrets going the farm route?
Oh, no.
You're loving it?
Yeah. It's wonderful.
When you speak on behalf of the donkey, do you use Eddie Murphy's voice?
No, we kind of use.
Well, Diane,
the
what are we
voice
doing
of the-
here?
Yeah, I
Well,
guess.
Shrek?
Yeah.
Possibility. You could try.
That is.
Now you're going to try it, right? For
Yeah.
sure. You can make up your own Ram voice if you
Oh,
want.
there's going to be a column next week
Yeah.
about that.
Yeah, you could write about this.
I'm pretty sure.
Now I know you've put this together, obviously, but do you think of a follow-up? Because you're constantly writing these columns, right? And I mean, you've put them all together for this book. You have no plans on stopping, clearly.
Nope.
So do you think there'll be a follow-up to the Accidental Farmwife?
The Accidental Farmwife blog has the current ones, and so I'll put them into a book eventually as well.
Okay.
And it's been compared to like James Herriot or Mary Cook, her columns. So, like she has done, I'll probably do serial books in the future. But the book I'm working on right now is about the 3 years I lived in Taiwan. Because a lot of Canadians go over to Taiwan to teach English, and I did that for 3 years, so that'll be the next book.
So where's the blog found?
The Accidental Farmwife.blogspot.
Simple as that. And
Yeah.
of course, more info on the book and how you can buy it.
Diana
your
Fisher
blog.
Books.
Very cool.
Perfect.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.